Hi everyone, Aaron here. We're going to come back with another video series coming into this year. And one of the big topics that we, and me specifically, are constantly asked is why and when are young people leaving the church? And that can be a really unsettling conversation because we're seeing all these things happen and not really sure what to do about it. And so when we talk about young people, we're not just talking about one specific group of youth. We are talking about young people that were once upon a time part of the church, youth who attend regularly, youth who attend occasionally, and youth that have little to no background to any type of church. Because what we're seeing and what I'm seeing really digs at the heart of an entire generation of young people. So when does disengagement of young people actually take place? And I think this tends to be one of the most misunderstood ideas in this whole conversation. And what we see is that for many young people, it's happening much earlier. It often happens when teenagers are in their early junior high or early senior high, so grades 6, 7, and 8, or grade 9, maybe grade 10. A lot of it's happening in and around this age group. Often when many young people are still actively participating in a youth group or a church. And usually what begins to happen around this time is emotional distancing. And this happens for many, almost all teenagers, because of what they're going through in this time of life. And so because they're going through this, they're figuring things out, they feel distanced from one person or one thing, often what's happening is that disengagement has been slowly happening for years. And the big question is, why is this happening? Part of this answer has to do largely with the identity that young people are forming about themselves at this young age. And this identity forming is happening in a very, very different environment than previous generations. Every single young person entering this age, every young person that's navigating this are navigating three big things. Number one is social pressure. Number two is digital relationships. And number three is a competing narrative about truth and meaning. As a result of these three things in youth navigating this, young people are quietly evaluating institutions, including church. So it really has to do with how relational and how safe they feel within that system. And so it really means that the ability to belong and the feeling to belong has become their primary filter. And for a lot of teenagers navigating this, church can sometimes feel like a space that has unspoken expectations of them. And then they quietly start asking a couple of questions. Do I know how to act here? Do people like me belonging here? And am I allowed to be myself and figure these things out without judgment? When those answers to young people are clear, there's very little pushback. When it's unclear, that is where the pushback comes, is when youth cannot answer those questions. And if they can't answer those questions quickly and clearly, they begin to pull away. And it's rarely about disagreement, and it's more about uncertainty and discomfort, because they will go to somewhere where they do get that. And so when we're tackling this really tough and tricky question and conversation. Why are young people leaving the church? A better question might be, when did they stop feeling at home? And understanding that difference is how we can figure out the best way to respond to this massive challenge that young people are facing. So in the videos coming up, we are going to tackle a few of these issues and a few of these challenges that we keep hearing constantly. And so in the next video, let's look at what keeps youth engaged long term. We'll look at what questions and conversations feel risky for youth. Another video will look at maybe how churches can navigate some of these challenges with young people. And so let's wrap this up. I don't think that young people are leaving the church because they don't care. I think the number one reason that young people feel like they need to disengage or disconnect is because young people don't know where they fit in church. And I think if we can come to some sort of understanding of this, that's where a healthy response comes. So until next time, let's jump into a really tricky conversation about how we can come alongside young people and get them plugged into an authentic community where they feel like they belong. Until next time, I'm Aaron. See ya.